I'm Fiona Jenkinson. I'm the curator of the Beverley Guildhall, and I'm absolutely delighted to be able to welcome you here virtually at the moment and hopefully in reality at some later stage. So the room that we see here now is substantially Georgian, but in the 1980s, during renovations to the building, they uncovered a half-timbered medieval wall, which showed that the building was originally a two-storey timbered great hall. So here we have the classic double archway, which would have led into the kitchen area and buttery, the service rooms basically, with a screens passage in front of it. In the archives we have the deeds for the building and the associated area going back to 1320, and many of the deeds actually mention chaplains, which suggests that this building had some sort of close relationship to the minster. Unfortunately, we've not been able to date these timbers, but we have dated some in the roof structure above, and they've come out to be early 15th century, between 1402 and 1427. So it's possible that this is actually a rebuild, a 15th century rebuild of an earlier building that might be the one mentioned in the deeds. So these timbers have been said to be bigger than any of the other timbered buildings in Beverley, with the exception of the minster, suggesting that this was actually a grand and important hall. The hall was acquired for the town in 1501. It was bought to replace an earlier Guildhall, which was variously mentioned as being in the Dings in Saturday Market and in Walkergate. And when it was bought in 1501, it belonged to a chap called Edward Minskip, who was paid 110 marks, which was about £76 at the time, plus a pasture called Tong, which was near the beck. So the building was repaired in 1502, and possibly there was a building added to the side, which later became the magistrates' room in the late 16th or early 17th century. So by 1730, the old hall was getting rather dilapidated. They were having to hang rush mats on the walls to soak up the damp that was running down them. It was clear that it needed a fairly major rebuild, so they appointed William Middleton in 1762. He was a well-known Beverley architect and builder at the time, and quite a lot of the other buildings that you see around the town were actually built by William Middleton. He remodelled the building to basically what you can see today. So we've got arched windows on the south side and corresponding blind arches on the north side. They also appointed Giuseppe Cortesi. He was, again, a well-known Swiss-Italian stuccoist who was living and working in Yorkshire at the time. And he created the beautiful stucco plasterwork ceiling, the arms of King George III at the top, and the Beverley crest at the bottom end of the building. We also believe that William Middleton created an anteroom at the back of the hall, which was then reopened again in 1827 when they took down the wall and replaced it with two columns that were recycled from the minster. The magistrates' room through the door at the top of the hall was also part of William Middleton's remodelling. The front of the building, with its classic four-columned portico, wasn't added until 1832. And that was created by Charles Mountain the Younger, a Hull architect, and that basically brought the building to the footprint that you see today. The building is open every Wednesday and Friday from 10 till 4. The whole building is open with free access, free admission. And for this summer, we have an exhibition called Exploring Medieval Beverley, which takes the form of the story of a 21st century time traveller. So we would be very pleased to welcome you to come and see the building and to come and see our new exhibition.